Hey, it's Stephen Platinum, your friend in wrestling with Platinum versus Raw. This is from May 10th, 2021. It's a bad show, y'all. It's a go-home show for Wrestlemania Backlash. It commits all the cardinal sins. They take things that were advancing and they basically slow them down or kill them dead. A number of baby faces look like complete and total morons. Their heel champion looks like a total moron. It's just not good television. The commentators are bland and uninteresting. It's just a show that is joyless. You start off with Asuka, Mandy Rose, Dana Brooke versus Charlotte Flair, Nia Jax, and Shayna Baszler. So Asuka wins, and of course Baszler gets pinned, and after the match, Flair runs in and hits Asuka from behind. And again, we're going to see Asuka wrestle later on for some reason. We see the clip about Riddle and Randy Orton. New Day is backstage. Riddle rides up. There's registration forms for RK Bro. Fucking Jesus. This is to set up the 8-person tag match that we're going to have. Again, using one half of the show to promote the other half of the show. The announcers hype Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre for tonight after the break. We see MVP knocking on Braun Strowman's door backstage. MVP brings up how it would be a Strowman versus Lashley in a singles match if Drew were to suffer an injury. Strowman says he doesn't like MVP. Oh, God. It's so bad, man. We see how Damian Priest defeated John Morrison last week. Priest has requested a match for the pay-per-view, and he'll face The Miz. Basically, if Priest can win his match tonight, he'll get to pick the stipulation. All right. We see Jinder Mahal backstage, and he says nothing smells better than fresh competition, and he's excited to be back on Raw. He introduces Veer, the former Rinku Singh, and Shanky, the former Dilsher. This is so fucking bad. So I guess they're a clique. Jinder Mahal versus Jeff Hardy in a foregone conclusion match. Poor Jeff Hardy. Jinder Mahal wins. And then his boys people join him. This show is fucking terrible. I don't know how else to say it. It's so by the numbers and it advances things, but it's one half of the show promoting the other half. A bunch of matchups that don't make sense. It feels like they use the same people repeatedly again and again and again in the course of the same night. Jackson Riker and Elias are talking about getting payback. And Riker has a basket full of tomatoes, so we're going to continue with this bit. Elias begins playing a song about getting revenge in the 8-man match as Styles and Omos walk up. AJ walks up and says there's going to be no tomatoes. Omos grabs a tomato and squeezes it in his hand. AJ says they hate tomatoes. What the fuck is this shit? We have the 8-person tag. It's clusterfuck. Randy Orton manages to hit an RKO against who you would expect and wins for his team. And then he just looks disgusted while his team celebrates, and then he hits RKOs on each one of the New Day, and then Riddle sort of smiles, but looks shocked. It's fucking awful, man. So bad. We go into a promo segment. Sonya Deville is called the Rhea Ripley to her office. Asuka walks in and they face off. They're going to have a match tonight, even though that makes no sense. Oh, God, they're doing the same thing with the women and the men. Yeah. Sheamus against Humberto Carrillo. Okay. It ends with in an unusual way, I'll give it that, where Humberto hits like a sunset flip powerbomb thing onto the floor, and apparently they're both unable to recover from it, and they treat it like it's a real injury. It's very strange. Really takes the air out of a show that already was a deflating balloon. It's just odd. We got a vignette looking at Gran Metalik and Lince Dorado of Lucha House Party, who are reintroducing themselves, and they're ready to show off, and they're always lucha lit. Watching the WWE use a term like lit is like your grandma fucking using it. It's so fucking bad. Who's buying this bullshit? Cedric Alexander against Shelton Benjamin in a match that nobody wants to see. Nobody wants to see them split up. Nobody wanted to see them out of the Hurt Business. Shelton gets beat down for most of the match and then hits his T-bone suplex out of nowhere for the pin to win. And then he stands tall, and that's it. Angel Garza and Drew Gulak do a thing about, yeah, you stuck the rose up my ass, but you ain't shit. They basically downgrade each other, and Garza says next time he's going to shove the rose down his throat. No consequence, that's it. Asuka against Rhea Ripley. Charlotte sort of distracts them, and then she's commentating, and then Asuka takes advantage of every time Rhea Ripley gets distracted, but still manages to get pinned clean in the middle of the ring, and that's it. My God. We get another video package to hype this WWE title feud. Damian Priest against John Morrison. Long story short, Damian Priest wins, so he gets to pick the stipulation, and he picks, prepare for this excitement, a lumberjack match. The fuck? It's kind of like when you spin the wheel and make the deal and you get coal miner's glove. Oh, okay. Sure. We get a vignette with Eva Marie. I'm willing to give her a chance. Everybody's already shitting on this because Eva Marie has been so terrible in the past, but I'm sure her ring work has gotten better, and it is what it is, and at least they're running some kind of vignette to promote her. That counts as a plus on this week's show. Adam Pearce is backstage with Damian Priest. So I guess he's in charge sometimes. All right. So yeah, lumberjack match, so Miz can't run away. Yay. They go over the card for the WrestleMania Backlash pay-per-view. Then we get Bobby Lashley against Drew McIntyre, a match of no consequence. That makes no sense, and then Braun Strowman comes in and beats them up. Bobby Lashley's dumb enough to think that they're friends, and so then Braun Strowman powerbombs him through the barrier. And so now Strowman's standing. This is such fucking shit, man. Such a bad show.